Hello darling, hello fam. I'm coming to you guys with a quick video on how everything is going post-nursing school. So this video will be about applying to a graduate nursing program. Yes, your girl is going back to school. Can you believe it? Okay. So I just completed my undergrad degree, my bachelor's of science in nursing degree at the University of Kentucky, and I have applied to the graduate nursing program at the University of Kentucky. So this video will be about the whole entire process, the application process, and what you need to do in order to prepare for graduate school. So let's get into it. So first of all, you want to make sure that you research your colleges. Make sure you look into their programs, look into the school, the graduate schools that you're of interest that you want to apply to. Make sure that they have the graduate nursing specialty that you're interested in, because there are several across the spectrum of graduate nursing, nurse practitioner specialties that you can actually function in. So the college that I'm applying to, University of Kentucky, has 6 different specialties. I applied to the DNP program, the BSN DNP track. And you might ask, what is the DNP? So the DNP is a doctoral nursing practice degree, and it is a terminal degree. So what I mean by terminal, it is the highest level degree that a nurse can obtain in order to practice medicine. So I am applying for the DNP. My specialty is acute gerontology, which is aging adults. I want to be able to provide care, quality care service to aging individuals that are acutely and chronically ill. But enough about that. Let's get into the entire application process. So like I said, make sure you research your college, do your homework, find out what their graduation percentages are from the graduate program. What are their mission statements? What is the cost? What is the tuition? All of the wonderful things that come with applying to graduate school. Are there any scholarships available? Is there any tuition reimbursement? All of the things that are very important in applying to any type of program, whether that be undergrad or whether that be graduate. But make sure you definitely do your homework so you know exactly what you are getting into. And most importantly, when you are looking into all of this information and you're sifting through all of this, look at the qualifications, look at all of the requirements, and make sure that you have ample information about all of that and the application deadline period, because you want to make sure that you submit your application in a timely manner. So all of that information is very, very important. Which takes me to my second point. So whenever you are applying for the program, you have to make sure that you meet all of the criteria when applying for this program. You want to make sure that you have all of your letters of recommendation. Make sure you request those very early on. I requested that prior to graduating from the college with my bachelor's of nursing. I did that well in advance. Make sure that you order your transcripts and you have that information ready and available. But let's just back up a minute. You want to make sure that you research information about whether the program is offered online, whether the program is in person, whether they offer full-time options or if there's part-time options, whether the program is hybrid, which hybrid means online and then you have a portion of the program that you have to be on campus on select days based off the curriculum for that particular program. So make sure you do that. Prior to submitting your application, you want to know whether you have to submit your application through the university that you're applying to. In some cases, it's moving towards more of using NursingCast. So NursingCast is an organization where you just pull all of your applications that whenever you're applying for a university, it's an organization where you input the college where you want to apply, and it's just a one-stop shop where you apply for any school that you are interested in. So if you want to apply to a school in Georgia or Florida or Kentucky or Hawaii, it's just a one-stop shop for you to submit all of those applications and get all that information in one little website. So for my program, we used NursingCast for to submit the applications to the university. I submitted one applications, but of course you can submit as many applications as you want. However, darling, applications are expensive. There is an application fee associated whenever you're applying to graduate school. I'm not sure if in some cases you might want to do your homework to find out if there is a fee waiver program that you could apply, that you would be able to qualify for. But in my case, my application was like $80. So, you know, with the transcript, ordering the transcripts and your application fees, you want to save your coins, okay? Because it can get costly. So once you find out all that information, once you're actually gung-ho about which specialty of nursing that you're interested in, you've done your homework, you've done your research, you have all your information pinpointed down to what you need to do to apply, you want to start the application process. Like I said, request those letters of recommendation very early on. Some colleges, all colleges require for you to submit your transcript, so do that in a timely manner because there are things that can possibly come up whenever you're requesting your transcripts. Other important things that you want to add to your graduate application: add any type of volunteer work. If you volunteer for Habitat for Humanities, whether you're volunteering and you are helping raise pigs, I don't know. Make sure you put all your volunteer information in there, whether it be personal or professional, whether you've done some volunteer work across a spectrum of any type of area. So put that in there. It will definitely beef up and spice up your application without a doubt. Any healthcare experience, whether you're from your current job as a nurse or whether you worked as a patient care technician, put that information in there. You want to put information about your externship and what unit you actually worked on. This stuff will go a long way when you are applying for graduate school. Any type of experience. Past work history is very important whenever you're applying for graduate school. It shows leadership. It shows that you are committed. It shows that you're dedicated, you're hardworking, you can persevere. All of these things are taken into consideration. Also, what is very important whenever you're applying is that you have to meet the criteria as far as the GPA is concerned. So in most cases, the GPA for a graduate program is 3.0 to a 4.0. So anywhere between that GPA is fine. Now, don't get yourself all in a tizzy about your GPA and if things occur during your undergrad program, because the GPA is not the deciding factor on whether you would get in. It is not the only thing that they consider. So just be mindful of that. If you submit your transcripts and they notice that your GPA and you, for instance, you dropped out of a class and something happened and you didn't get a grade that you want, make sure that you can explain that whenever you have your interview. So, but that's a whole nother topic. So, yes, so make sure you gather all of the needed information. As far as your resume is concerned, make sure you update your resume in a timely fashion. Make sure that you have all of the information in there from, like I said, past work history. Even put, if you're a member of organizations, any type of nursing organizations, I'm a member of the National Black Nurses Association, the American Nurses Association, and a couple other associations that I'm a member of. So make sure you put that as important as well. And let's see. A very important part of an application that most graduate programs are request is a scholarly written paper. So whenever you have to complete the scholarly written paper, be mindful that you do not have to recreate the wheel. You can use a scholarly written paper from your undergrad, which is what I did. I used a scholarly written paper from my undergrad that I completed in my research class. It was a research paper, and I had my professor, that was my research professor, check over the document before it was pristine to submit with my application. Always consider having someone that has a higher level degree or is in healthcare to read over your scholarly written paper to make sure so you can make those revisions as needed. Also, another thing, most graduate programs request that you write a personal statement. Yes, personal statement is very important. It is one of those defining goal statements that they want you to explain about why we should allow you to come to this school, what makes you so special, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, so forth and so on. So the goal statement. Whenever you're writing your personal statement, make sure that you follow the goal statement to the T. Make sure you follow everything that they want you to do. If they say that they want it to be 1 to 2 pages, double space, blah, 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 New Times Roman, make sure you follow that. And give yourself some time to write this personal statement. Let me explain something to you. Start in advance, 3 to 4 months. I literally, you don't know how many times I went through the drawing board with my personal statement. Revisions were absolutely just something that you will be doing whenever you're writing your personal statement. And you can write a couple sentences and go back to it. Take a break from it and go back to it. And also make sure that you have someone with a higher level degree, or one of your professors, or someone in your family that is in healthcare, or someone that doesn't necessarily have to be in your family, or someone that you know that is in the healthcare field, to read over your personal statement and give you some tips on what you can do to improve that. So my honey buns is in healthcare. He actually looked over my personal statement and gave me some tips and things that I need to make some revisions on. And also one of my good friends, she's in healthcare as well. She actually was a soundboard for me to, get some insight on what I needed to do to make those modifications. So again, personal statement is very important. So make sure that you start to write very early on. It's important. Yes, and make sure you submit prior to the deadline. Do not let the deadline get you, because it will come up so fast. And you want to make sure that you submit in a timely fashion and everything goes on without a hitch. So those are my tips and tricks about submitting your application, applying to the nursing graduate program at whatever college and university that you're interested in. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will answer those questions to the best of my ability. As we all know, every graduate program, every university and college is different. So these are just some general tips on what you need to do to apply to graduate school. There will be a second video that I will talk about the entire interview process and what you need to do in order to prepare for your graduate nursing program entrance interview. There, I will be posting that, in a few days, to give you guys some information on what you need to do to prepare. and how to answer the questions, and just how to overall just like knock them off their feet. I did have my DMP interview. I have already had that, and I think it went exceedingly well. So I will give you guys some information on what I did during the process. Yeah, so that's about it. And I also would like to share some of my personal statement and how that went. And yeah, all right, that's it for now.